Welcome back to Hydrohaven, your cozy corner of the internet for all things gardening. Today we're exploring the world of winter onions, a fantastic crop for beginners looking to extend their growing season. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's uncover the secrets to growing these cold weather champions. Understanding winter onions. Winter onions, often called Japanese bunching onions or Welsh onions, are the unsung heroes of the cold season garden. These resilient plants laugh in the face of frost, allowing you to enjoy fresh, homegrown flavor even when the snow is falling. Unlike their fair-weather cousins, winter onions can be planted in autumn and harvested throughout winter and early spring. They're the perfect way for novice gardeners to keep their green thumbs active all year round. Selecting the right varieties. Choosing the right winter onion variety is like picking the perfect outfit. It needs to suit your style and your climate. For those in colder regions, the evergreen hardy white is a top choice, known for its impressive cold tolerance. If you're after a classic yellow onion, yellow of Parma won't disappoint. For a splash of color in your winter garden, try the red baron. And if you're all about those tender green shoots, Ishikura is a fantastic option for scallions. Remember, your local nursery can be a goldmine of information about varieties that thrive in your specific area. Timing and location. The keys to success. Timing is everything when it comes to winter onions. Aim to get your onions in the ground about 4 to 6 weeks before the first expected frost in your area. This usually falls somewhere between mid-September and early November, depending on your location. This head start allows your onions to establish strong roots before the real cold hits. When choosing a spot for your winter onion patch, think sun-soaked and well-drained. These plants love basking in full sun, so pick a spot that gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. As for soil, winter onions aren't too picky, but they'll thrive in well-draining soil rich in organic matter. If your soil is on the heavy side, mix in some compost to improve drainage and nutrient content. Planting, getting your onions off to a strong start. Now for the fun part, getting those onions in the ground. Start by preparing your soil. Clear away any weeds and work in a generous amount of compost or well-rotted manure. This will give your onions the nutrient-rich start they need. Create shallow furrows about 1 inch deep, spacing them 12 inches apart. This gives your onions plenty of room to grow and helps prevent fungal issues. Plant your onion sets or small bulbs or seedlings about 4 to 6 inches apart within the rows. After planting, give them a good watering to help them settle in. For our apartment dwelling or small space gardeners, don't worry, winter onions are quite happy in containers. Just make sure your pot is at least 6 inches deep and has good drainage holes. Nurturing your winter onions. Once your onions are snug in their new home, it's time to show them some love. Water is crucial, but it's all about finding the right balance. Keep the soil consistently moist, but not waterlogged. In areas with regular rainfall, you might not need to water much at all. Fertilizing is another key to onion success. Feed your plants with a balanced, water-soluble fertilizer every 3 to 4 weeks during the growing season. This regular feeding ensures they have all the nutrients they need to develop strong, flavorful bulbs. Mulching is like tucking your onions in for a long winter's nap. Apply a 2 to 3 inch layer of straw, leaves, or wood chips around your plants. This mulch layer helps retain soil moisture, suppresses weed growth, and provides insulation against extreme cold. Lastly, keep the area around your onions free from weeds, which compete for nutrients and water. Shielding your crop from winter's wrath. While winter onions are tough cookies, they can benefit from a little extra TLC when the weather turns truly nasty. In areas with harsh winters, consider covering your onion bed with a cold frame or hoop house. These structures create a cozy microclimate that's several degrees warmer than the outside air. If you're not ready for a DIY project, simple row covers or frost blankets can work wonders on particularly cold nights. Just remember to remove these coverings during the day to allow for proper air circulation and sunlight exposure. This balance of protection and exposure helps prevent issues like fungal growth while still shielding your plants from Jack Frost's icy touch. Battling pests and diseases. Even our hardy winter onions can face challenges from pests and diseases. One pesky visitor to watch out for is the onion fly. These sneaky insects lay eggs at the base of the plant, and their larvae can wreak havoc on your crop. Using insect netting or row covers can be an effective preventive measure. On the disease front, keep an eye out for rust, a fungal issue that causes orange spots on leaves. To manage rust, focus on improving air circulation around your plants and avoid overhead watering. The most serious threat is white rot, a fungal disease that can persist in soil for years. Prevention is key here. Practice crop rotation and remove any infected plants immediately. By staying vigilant and addressing issues promptly, you'll be well on your way to a healthy, bountiful harvest. Harvest time, reaping your rewards. After months of tender care, it's finally time to enjoy the fruits, or rather the vegetables, of your labor. For those crisp green onions or scallions, you can start harvesting when the tops reach about 6 to 8 inches in height. Simply pull the entire plant or cut the green tops as needed, leaving the bulb in place to regrow. If you're growing for bulb onions, patience is key. Wait until the tops begin to yellow and fall over, which usually happens in late spring or early summer. This is nature's way of telling you that your onions are ready. When harvesting, gently pull or dig up the onions, being careful not to bruise them. Brush off excess soil and let them cure in a dry, well-ventilated area for a few days before storing. This curing process helps extend their shelf life, ensuring you can enjoy your harvest for months to come. Storing your onion bounty. Proper storage is the final step in your winter onion journey. For those fully cured bulb onions, find a cool, dry place with good air circulation. A basement or garage can work well, as long as temperatures remain above freezing. Avoid storing onions in plastic bags, which can trap moisture and lead to rot. Instead, try mesh bags or even old pantyhose, which allow air to circulate freely. Green onions are best stored in the refrigerator and used within a week. For longer-term storage, consider freezing chopped green onions or dehydrating bulb onions. With these storage tips, you'll be adding homegrown flavor to your meals well into the next growing season. And there you have it, Hydro Haven family. You're now armed with all the knowledge you need to grow a thriving crop of winter onions. Remember, gardening is a journey of learning and discovery, so don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best in your unique garden. We can't wait to hear about your winter onion adventures in the comments below. Happy growing, and we'll see you in the next video.